Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video I'll be talking to you about 5 time management tips that really helped me through my university days, and these are things that I've really tried and tested, and it has always worked for me even beyond university. So I'll be sharing those with you today, and I hope it's going to help you help you manage your time better. So before I go into the video, if you're new, my name is Esther. I'm a pre-qualified pharmacist working in London, UK, and I share educational content, study tips, and I also share my journey through to becoming a pharmacist. So if you're new, please welcome and thank you so much for coming today. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my video, like this video specifically, and also share with your friends. And do not forget to switch on the notification bell so you can always get notified whenever I upload a new video. There is a saying by Tony Robbins which says that once you have mastered time, you will understand how true it is that most people overestimate what they can accomplish in a year and underestimate what they can achieve in a decade. I will leave this here for you to keep thinking and analyzing that quote, which will lead me to my 5 tips of actually managing your time effectively, and these are the tips that I have used during my days at university. My first tip is the use of calendar. As easy and cheap as it sounds, everyone thinks, oh, we all have a calendar in the house and we use it. There's so much more you can get out of a general calendar that we use on a daily basis. Using a calendar is very integral to time management. When you use a calendar, you'll be able to plan ahead to know what you're supposed to do and when you're supposed to do it by. The use of calendar, you can just set up your deadlines, set up your task, whatever project you want to work, and you can plan ahead to see how much things you need to get done and when you need to get them done by. By using this, you can also do it in a colored code method where you have different colors to determine each task. For example, you know when you have deadlines, you're going to color it red or pink, whichever color you choose to use. Or when you have exam classes, then you color it green. So that way, once you see the color, your brain is sort of used to it. I know that when it's color green, I have an exam coming up, and when it's color red, I have a deadline coming up that I need to get done. So this helps you to visualize how busy your task and the project you're currently working on is going to be like, and it helps you to sort of know which time you have open and which time you have all blocked up and busy. And this helps you to be able to update things as you go, because sometimes life happens where the things you've planned ahead, sometimes something comes up and you need to fill it into your regular time that you've already planned ahead. This is very, very important because it also helps you to just like know what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it, and when it should be done. My next point is the use of ABC method. So what is the ABC method? The ABC method was originally developed by Alan Lakin, and this consists of assigning a priority status of A, B, or C to each of the items on your to-do list or your task list. This form comes in a matter of high priority to less priority. A most likely means that this is something that needs to be completed immediately or urgently, latest by today. B is that, oh, this is something that needs to be completed but not necessarily urgent, but it has to be done by today. And then C stands for tasks that, okay, if I don't complete it today, I can actually move this to tomorrow if necessary, so it is of less importance to get done today. So if you follow this ABC method, this sort of helps you to know which tasks are priority and which tasks are of less importance. And by this will help to manage your time wisely, where you're actually doing tasks that are really of high priority, which then leads to flexibility. It is easy to follow the strict rules and say, I'm going to just do the tasks I've put on my list and I'm going to just do it in that order of priority. But what you end up finding out is that you need to be flexible with this rule, where your task C can suddenly become an A, where your task C that you thought was not urgent enough and does not need to be done immediately could suddenly become something that you have to get done immediately. So you should be flexible and ready to switch your gears and know that, okay, I need to do task C because that is much more important now that you've just found out. So that way you're able to balance your time wisely, and because you've put that on your to-do list, you know, okay, I can just move C to A and get that done quicker, because A unfortunately is not needed urgently anymore. My next point is to learn how to deal with procrastination. Procrastination is the root of all anxieties when it comes to time management. Everyone sort of, like, there are ways that you just procrastinate. It's not something that you choose to do or something that you want to do, but sometimes there are situations in life that actually cause you to want to procrastinate in doing the tasks you're supposed to do. Examples are, if the task you're supposed to do is so difficult and tedious, that can put you off, that you just don't even want to start and you start procrastinating. Secondly, another thing is that, oh, you just don't know what to do, you don't know where to start, you can be bothered. That can cause you to procrastinate. And the third thing is that, okay, you really want to do this work, but you don't have enough time to actually complete that task, and that will definitely cause you to procrastinate. By learning to deal with procrastination in a very healthy way, that will help you to manage your time wisely. The ways I tend to manage my procrastination, because I would personally say I'm the queen of procrastination, because I used to, it was a bad habit that I usually do before. So if I don't want to do something, I just find myself that I just keep on looking at it and just can't be bothered. So I'm going to do it later. And this is something as simple as getting my hair washed. There are days that I'm just like, I need to wash my hair today, but before you know it, I just keep procrastinating because I can't just be bothered, because it's just tedious for me to do. And what I've come to learn from this is that it's better for me to get things I want to get done, so I can rest later and actually enjoy, than just pushing it forward, because it's not going to get done and I'm still going to miss it later. And it could also go to something as simple as doing the laundry. So you need to learn how to deal with your procrastination in a healthy way. If you know that you are someone that you are a chain procrastinator, you procrastinate a lot, making plans of what you need to do and also planning a reward for yourself after doing those tasks will motivate you to actually get the tasks done. Another thing is that I always have accountability partners when I am trying to do certain tasks or projects. So I have one or two people which are my friends or very close relative, that they actually serve as accountability partners for me. So when I plan a project that I want to do, because I know I tend to procrastinate a lot, because sometimes self-doubt, imposter syndrome, all those things come in place where I just don't want to do it. So what do? I have my accountability partners. They're calling me up and down. Have you forgotten you're supposed to do this today? Have you sent that email? Have you actually called this person? You know, that sort of reminds me of things I needed to do, and then I get it done immediately. Also, sometimes being overwhelmed and doing a lot of tasks can cause procrastination. And what you need to do is that sometimes our brain cannot focus all the time 100%. Sometimes your brain gets so foggy and you just need to take a break. If you're in a situation where you're doing so much and getting overwhelmed and you're feeling so burnt and you feel like your brain is fried up, there's only so much your brain can take a breather, take a break, get out of that thing. You don't have to go back to it. If you cannot finish it and you feel like you don't want to learn it, just do something else. Personally, because I've learned to discipline myself, I can still watch a whole episode of a movie and still get back to my work after, and that's just because I have learned to discipline myself, that okay, I'm only going to watch this one episode, and once this one episode is done, that's it. I'm going to get back to my work to get it done as quick as possible so that I can go back to another episode. So that sort of thing. So I use the rewarded technique for myself, and that sort of like helped me to avoid procrastinating for a long time. My next point is taking a lot of breaks as necessary. And when we plan our time, one thing we usually do, and I think it's just human nature, is that we only think in our brain that we need to get this done and this has to be done. But we always forget that actually I need to input a break into my daily task so that I'm able to be more efficient compared to when I don't take a break. It is very, very important to input breaks into your time, and that helps you to manage your time effectively. So when you're even planning your day or you're planning your week, like you have so many classes, you have so many meetings to attend, in between those plans you put, okay, I definitely need to take a break between 4 and 6. I need to rest my head, take a break and just relax, or spend time with my friends, go out for a movie, go out for a meal. And that helps you to be even much more efficient, because what you don't know is that as you're using your brain so much, you are replenishing it by not allowing it to work and just getting it to build more energy for the more work you have to do later. It's very, very important. I can't stress this enough. Always always input breaks into your time management. When you're organizing your tasks, always input breaks. It's very, very important. If you're someone like me that forgets to take a break when I'm in that focus mode, please put it on your timetable or your daily to-do list. Like, for example, morning, I'm going to read my Bible. After reading my Bible, I'm going to the gym. After going to the gym, I'm going to, before you know it's between your morning till afternoon, you're working. Then you forget, okay, that should actually be lunchtime. Don't just give yourself a 10 minutes lunch, because you're not going to get, because your brain is still functioning. So give yourself enough time for breaks, like at least 30 minutes. Put it in there and say, oh, lunch for 30 minutes. And when I mean lunch, I mean strictly lunchtime, and it's just for me. You're not replying to emails in those times, you're not replying to any messages, you're just enjoying yourself. You can do whatever you want to do. If scrolling on social media is what you want to do it. If you want to read a book, do it. Just make sure you get enough breaks so that it can make you much more efficient in achieving the other task for the day. And my last and final point is to work on one project or task at a time. While I was at university, I never do 2 assignments or 2 coursework or 2 work, anything that has to do. I never do 2 tasks at the same time. I always do 1 task at a time, and this has helped me a lot throughout my university days, even till now. So how I do this is that when we get given coursework, I actually have the habit of, okay, we've been given a coursework today and this will be due in so day. I start working on it from the first day I get the coursework given to me. This is so that I can get the majority of the work out of the way before I start the next coursework, so that by the time I start the next one, the former one is actually ready to be submitted and is ready to go. And that helps me to not get overwhelmed, to not get burnt out, because I have so many things to do. Because if you think about it, in between all these courseworks and assignments, you have classes to attend, you have group meetings to attend, and you have other life commitments that you have to do. So by actually doing 1 task at a time, it helps me to actually know what I'm doing and help me to focus better on the task I'm doing at that time. So I don't have a situation where my brain is thinking of 3 different other things that I needed to do while I am actually doing 1 at the moment. That would just distract me the more. That would make me less interested in what I'm actually doing at the moment, and that would not even make me efficient at it. Because what happens is that you just end up dabbling into so many things, and at the end of the day you don't actually see the results of the so many things you've been doing. So by actually planning your time tightly, working on 1 task at a time, that even gives you more time to have rest period towards the end, because you've actually try to plan your time wisely and you're doing 1 task at a time. And by doing this as well, I give myself personal deadlines. So when I get given deadlines at uni or at work or whatever, I give myself my own personal deadlines. That is not which is not the general deadlines that has been given to us or to do the project or the task. And this is just because if I'm able to finish 1 task at my own personal deadline, even though we have 3 or 4 things that we have to submit on the same deadline, then I can move on into the second task, get that done within my own personal deadline, and then move on to the 3rd task. Like that, all the projects that I've been given to do and submit on the same day will be ready, because I've actually given myself a personal deadline and I have narrowed things down and work according to my own personal time. So I hope this has helped you to understand how you can manage your time wisely. This is something I have used all throughout my 5 years at university, even during my pre-registration year, which I even felt like it helped me more during my receipts for my 2nd exam compared to my 1st exam. So I hope you've been able to learn 1 or 2 things about how you can manage your time effectively and manage your time wisely when it comes to studying, when it comes to working in general, and you can actually apply all these tips into your daily life activities. You don't just have to be a student. As everyone in life, we all need to know how to manage our time wisely, as if we don't, we just going through the flow, and sometimes just going with the flow doesn't always work. It's always important to have and manage your time wisely. So I hope you're able to learn 1 or 2 things, and thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Have a good day. Bye.